Now, we got a massive week here on the recruiting trail, Steve. A lot of five-stars set to make their commitments. Let's start with five-star safety Jonah Williams. What's the latest buzz you're hearing around his commitment?
Well, a lot of people here down the stretch are pointing towards LSU and Texas as the two programs that are gaining a lot of momentum in the recruitment for Jonah Williams. It's hard for me to turn an eye away from Texas A&M, though. I continue to hear that the dialogue is still as regular and as positive as it's been since the spring with Jonah Williams. So my On3 RPM is on Texas A&M for Jonah Williams, but there's no question that LSU and Texas have made a major move. Texas got the last visit of the summer. There are folks around the recruitment that feel like he ultimately ends up in Austin. And we talked a lot about Tennessee this week. LSU is really hot on the trail as well. They have a chance to recruit perhaps the best defensive back class in the land. They flipped Kade Phillips, a top 100 cornerback from Texas, on Sunday. They already have DJ Pickett in the fold, the number 2 cornerback in the On3 industry, beating out Oregon, Miami, among others for him. And LSU is right here in the thick of it to land Jonah Williams as well. If they do land Jonah Williams, that would be 3 top 10 players and 4 5-stars overall, with quarterback Bryce Underwood, Pickett, Jonah Williams, and then running back Harlem Berry, if LSU is able to pull it off.
Yeah, if that ends up happening, I mean, the Brian Kelly recruitment narrative around, I don't know if he's going to recruit when he gets to the SEC. Can he recruit with the big boys? If they land a Jonah Williams, I think that would be tough for the folks in that side of the narrative. Speaking of 5-stars, though, Michael Fasusi, the offensive tackle, he's going to make his commitment here pretty soon. What's the latest with him in terms of where he's trending as of today?
Well, I talked to Michael Fasusi on Sunday evening. There's not a more impressive prospect when you're talking about what they bring on the field and off the field combined. This young man has all the intangibles, no sense of entitlement whatsoever, using the recruiting process as a vehicle to better himself, better his family, talking to all these coaches down the stretch, having Zoom sessions, watching film with them, trying to pick their brains, learn as much as he can about football, because he's announcing his college decision on Wednesday, JD. And that's also the 5-year anniversary of him and his family arriving in the United States from Nigeria. Now, he's got an older brother who's much smaller, who's playing soccer up in Connecticut. And then he's got a younger sister who's playing a lot of sports, but it's a family decision. They all have discussed it together. He knows where he's going. He's waiting to announce it on Wednesday. And there's a lot of buzz behind the scenes. Oklahoma is the program trending. They've always been one of the front runners. Coach Bill Bedenbaugh, his track record of development at the position, his relationship with Brent Venables. He feels very comfortable around those guys, loves being in Norman, been there a bunch of times. Throughout this recruitment, a school that we probably pointed towards the most is Texas. But even when doing that, Oklahoma, there's always been a ton of confidence around OU and their position with Michael Fasusi. Texas A&M, he's watching as much film with Adam Cushing as anybody in the country, Texas A&M's offensive line coach. Duke was the second program to offer Michael Fasusi a scholarship. That's relevant because Mike Elko and Adam Cushing were at Duke when they extended that scholarship. When Mike Elko got the job at Texas A&M, the first high school he stepped foot in when college coaches could go on the road was Louisville High. To see Michael Fasusi, he's felt like a priority. They've done everything they can to land Michael Fasusi. Texas, inside Texas, our insiders over there have saying this recruitment's starting to go away from Texas. But Kyle Flood talked to Michael Fasusi on Sunday night. They're still battling to land the blue chip offensive tackle. If you're asking me where I think he goes, there's a lot of buzz around Oklahoma, but Texas A&M, Texas, they're doing what they can to get this recruitment done as well.
Good old-fashioned dogfight for Michael Fasusi. Again, that commitment is coming Wednesday, so make sure you're locked in. Again, Fong $1 for 1 month. You want to have access to all the early intel. I'm just telling you, it's worth your 100 cents.